come here to Orgreave in South Yorkshire this morning, a place that's well known because of events that occurred here more than 30 years ago in the miners' strike, events in which I was involved on a very different kind of day, I should add. There were summer days in 1984, hot summer days. It's a cold winter's day this morning. We're here to talk about a research project that I'm involved in, which looks at the relationship between anger and emotion and creative production. Being here this morning takes me almost immediately back to some intense experiences from 30 years ago.
Things I don't like, and it's always been me, is somebody knowing best. Somebody knowing best. And I know better than you. I'm going to enlighten you.
Yeah.
And my God, did these women have things to teach everybody.
Yeah.
And they had their own wisdom. They had their own experience. They were inspirational to be around them. And, I just wrote it. It just came out. And I felt afterwards, well, I don't know where that came from, except I know it came from Betty. And we sang it. I went back up, I remember, and the Flaming Nerve said I'd gone with two songs. There was a song called Big Man. No, there was a song actually called Do You Believe in Santa Claus? It was and this one, and they said, oh, we really like that Santa Claus song. The other one's okay. Just to say that I remember so distinctly when we sang this song. It was just a momentous occasion. It was in the cricket pavilion, and we sang it as "You are women, you are strong, you are fighting for your lives." I wrote it for them. And by the end of the song, they were all standing up singing the chorus for a start. And then Betty came up to me and said, there's a few of them came up and said, do you mind if we change the words to we?
Yeah, right.
What an honour that was. Eh? And can we have it as our song?
Which of course is what
and
it became.
Can we sing
remains.
it again?
Yeah.
So we sang it again, and everybody sang, and it was really, a brilliant evening, and I was just so pleased that we'd been to see Betty, because I just kind of see it as the voice of women against pit closures, not mine. We are... I'm going to sing we now.
Yeah, I should think
now.
so.
We are women, we are strong. We are fighting for our lives, side by side with our men, who work the nation's lives, united by the struggle, united by the past, and it's here we go, for the women of the working class. Ours is a unity that threats can never reach. Ours an education books or schools could never teach. We face the taunts and the violence of Thatcher's thugs in blue. But when you're fighting for survival, you've got nothing left to lose. We are women, we are strong. We are fighting for our lives, side by side with our men, who work the nation's mines, united by the struggle, united
I goes, you always that bastard. He goes, then how's that poem that's written about there about sportsmen? That's just how it fucking was, weren't it? I goes, I says, what I'm doing really, I'm just recounting all anger that I felt then, and it's coming out in my words. You know what I mean? Digging holes by hand through a rock that was once sand on a Cretaceous sea floor, now compacted so hard that the jigger-pick blade needed daily sharpening. But now we sat man to man, all eating sliced white bread sandwiches and drinking from flasks of stewed tea. Snap time in the van, where a wind-up could turn into a serious punch-up, as this was a gang of workers made up from Ferrell Street fighters who could not be tamed by a terminal or any other HMP. This van of false facades and bravado simmered like an unattended milk pan and sometimes boiled over into random violence, with a piss take too far being an excuse to cross the line of standoffs, as protagonists exchange bare knuckles, headbutts or kicks in hand-to-hand combat decider of who owned the fastest car. Snap time in the van. Matty tells us all that whilst out on patrol in Northern Ireland, he'd watched his best mate die from a sectarian sniper's bullet to the head. It sent Matty mad. He proudly boasts and loudly states, "I'm the only sane person in this van, as I've got a certificate from my psychiatrist to prove it." He then tells us all in a serious voice of self-belief how he'd gained a merit in a school biology lesson for surgically removing the heart and lungs of a jelly baby. We to a man all laughed out loudly, saying in unison,
You've outlined 5 or 6 different forms of affect, 5 or 6 different forms of emotionality, and then you added almost as an afterthought beauty, and then have introduced 2 minutes after that the notion of an unrequited something or other that I guess is like a kind of expression about love and loss. I'm struck by that. Does that, you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I think it's probably something that I would expect to find in a lot of musicians, because or poets, because music, poetry, and indeed the visual arts, they're all about expressing passion. And there's a sort of connection. I think when I mentioned beauty, we're talking grand words here. So I'm thinking there's a link for me between beauty and what I'll call truth. Now, I mean, mostly I don't believe in truth as a single entity, if you know what I mean. But there's something about telling it the way it is, about being honest, being open, about expressing these different emotions, and beauty and truth are very close for me.